Mm, yes, just check, is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is
so
okay.
this is a Chinese supplier. Okay, this is the pro forma invoice which shows the number of cursor is visible. My cursor is visible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
Yes, sir.
This is the pro forma invoice number. Okay, this is the date on which order is confirmed. This is the name of the customer. Okay, then this shipping marks means if customer needs something to be printed on the cartons, then it should be mentioned here. This is the specification of goods. Okay, then this is the packaging quantity. You see this is mentioned like 48,000 kgs plus 96,000 kgs, which makes quantity of 6 multiplied by 40 high cube containers. So this is the most important things. If customers requests detailed quantity, then it will be mentioned. Otherwise most of the cases only this quantity will be mentioned: 40 feet high cube containers. Okay, so and this is the payment term CIF, that means cost, insurance and freight. Means cost of goods, freight till the end of port, end of destination port, and the insurance, that is CIF. And this is the destination port of Valencia, which is the Spanish port. Okay, then this is the unit price and the amount of total amount for the goods. Okay, so and this is the total quantity and total amount. And in exports always there is a tolerance limit for amount as well as quantity. Okay, so mostly it is 5%. In some cases it will go up to 10%. So you have to mention the tolerance amount, how much your quantity mentioned in this pro forma and actual quantity may differ, because sometimes your some quantity will not be able to be loaded on the pallet, so you have to reduce that quantity. So you always you have to keep some tolerance while loading the goods or quoting it on any documentation. Okay, then this is the advising bank, means this is a LC business. Okay, so if LC is opened by customer, it should be opened in the name of advising bank. Okay, it should be opened in the name of customer, but it will be coming to this customer's bank. Which is the customer's bank? That is Bank of China. Okay, this is name of branch and all these details. Then who is beneficiary of that LC? That is supplier, that is Zhejiang Hengji, who is issuing this pro forma. Okay, and this is the sign of the supplier. About these terms you have to mention all the terms. Okay, terms of payment LC at site means as soon as the container leaves the Chinese port, the payment will be done. Then when the delivery shall be done by mid of December. Okay, then validity 10 days till November 7th, means after issuing this pro forma, customer shall sign this pro forma within 10 days, otherwise the prices may change. Okay, then this is the sign and stamp of supplier, and this is the sign and stamp of customer, which is all these terms are accepted by customer. Okay, so this is the pro forma. Now let me show you other document. Pro forma invoice, then letter of credit. I'll show you letter of credit. Okay, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so this is the letter of credit issued by a Spanish customer. Okay, this is the name of bank. Okay, this is some their official reference numbers, branches and all these things. Yes, now this is the remitter, that means Banco de Sabadell is the bank who is issuing the LC. Okay, on the behalf of customer. And this is the receptor of LC, which is Bank of China, who is bank of supplier. Okay, then these are the text issue of documentary credit. There all LC clauses have some international standard codings. Okay, in that coding the particular title will appear. Like I said, 44C. In all LCs, if you go for 44C clause, it will be related to date of shipment. Just cross check, just check here this 44C. Okay, latest date of shipment. This is the international date variant. Okay, year 2021, month sorry, date is first and month is 5th. Okay, then you have to check for all the details will appear, like date and place of expiry of LC in Spain, name of applicant, that means customer is this name of customer, then beneficiary of LC is the supplier name, then this is total amount. See, you have to mention the credit amount tolerance also, which is 10%. 10% amount may vary, okay, as per the commercial invoice. Then partial shipment, I told you about transshipment, but in some cases customers book 6 containers at a time. In some cases they need all 6 containers on a single vessel, or they may need the splitted shipment, like they 2 containers they will need in month of October, 2 containers they will need in December, 2 containers they will need in January. So if you allow the partial shipments in LC, then only supplier can ship 2 containers each month. If customer will not allow the partial shipments, then supplier has to ship all 6 containers at a time. Okay, then transshipment is allowed to save the freight costs. The container may choose the longer routes, or containers may switch from one ship to another ship. Okay. Then port of loading, any port in China. Port of destination or discharge is Valencia port in Spain. This is the latest date of shipment. Description of goods. This is the detailed description of goods, okay, which includes the material name, which is polyester DTY yarn with price this and quantity this. Okay, as per they have also mentioned the pro forma invoice number. Then documents required. See here, customer needs 3 sets of commercial invoices, certificate of origin, two, 2 copies, wait list, which is packing list, which is 3 copies, insurance document, one in original and one in copy, and full set of bill of ladings, which will be 2 copies. Okay, so this is the LC. These are some additional clauses, and if you will see there, I'll show you. Yes, a charge of euro 95 will be deducted for each presentation bearing a discrepancy. Discrepancy means whatever you have mentioned in LC, it should be according with your document. Even if a single word you are missing, you have to pay the charge of 95 euros to amend that charge. Okay, so you have to be very careful while issuing the LC. You have to get the draft LC from bank or customer, you go thoroughly through it. If any corrections you needed, you make them in draft itself, because once the LC is issued, then to make a change you have to pay 95 euros. Okay, so before issuing any LC, first you should ask customer to send a draft of LC. You go through it thoroughly, whatever corrections you think should be done, you write it on the LC, send the draft to customer and ask him to get the final LC with these corrections. Then only you will be able to get a correct LC. Otherwise, you have to pay the charges of 95 euros. Okay. Then this is the LC. Now I'll show you the BL copy. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Just make
You can zoom it.
I'll zoom it. Just a second. Okay, now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it visible? So this is the bill of lading issued by Maersk. Okay, this is name of shipping line. Okay, this is BL number, booking number. This is name of shipper, which is supplier. This is the consignee, means the customer. Okay, the details of customer will be here. This is the name of the vessel through which the shipment will be done. This is the port of loading. This is the description of the material, how much quantity, like 2 containers said to contain 80 pallets. Okay, this is the weight. This is the numbers of containers. Okay, container numbers, because each container will bear a unique number through which you can track while it is in transit. Okay, so it should be appearing on the BL. Okay, freight prepared by customer because it was having the CIF term. Okay, cost insurance freight. Freight is already paid by supplier. Okay, then date of issue of BL, this one, and shipped on board. That means the date on which customer container is loaded to ship. This is the date which is considered as the date of shipment. Okay, so for LC business, this date will be your reference date for the payment. If your LC is of 30 days, you will get the payment after 30 days of this date. Okay, so this is the bill of lading. I'll show you commercial invoice. So while sending the documents to customer, like you have to send a set, full set. This is the BL. Okay, most important thing. Then this is the commercial invoice, which will be issued by supplier, which will have all details: customer name, then pro forma invoice number, commercial invoice number, date, port of loading, payment terms, port of destination, description of goods, quantity, rates, payment terms. Okay, all brief of all your business, it will be mentioned on the commercial invoice. Okay, then this is packing list, weight list. Some packaging, some companies have some unique codes for particular batch, so all that batches should be mentioned here. Like this 396 semi-dull raw white heavy intermingle, for this shipment, the batch number is of 1 to 160, means number of packages maybe they are coded, like first carton of this material on this date will be having number 1. So this order will occupy total 160 cartons of this packet manufactured on this date. So all the packing details should be mentioned in the weight list. Okay, which is also called as packing list. Then this one is certificate of origin, which will be issued by Chamber of Commerce. Okay, so it's not a stringent procedure to get the certificate of origin. It will be issued by Chamber of Commerce. You just have to be their subscriber. You just have to approach the nearest Chamber of Commerce and register yourself by paying some fees, and they will provide you this certificate. Then this is the insurance policy you have to give customers in case of CIF terms. If insurance has to be paid by supplier, then supplier has to issue the insurance policy. Okay, this is the insurance policy. Okay, so this is the full set of documents needs to be given while doing any export business. Okay, so this is the last of the presentation. If you are having some questions, we'll be having only 5 minutes. So you can just tell me, you can ask.
Sir,
Yes,
this is Ravi Shankar, sir.
yes, Raviji.
So
Yes.
what are the criteria? For example, we are a startup company.
Okay.
So is there any criteria to like for any we should have any certificate for export, or only our product quality is the criteria?
Only your product quality is the criteria. That's it.
Okay. So government is like no certificate like he is eligible to export and all, no
No,
certificate they will.
for doing any export, first thing is you should be having one import export license, import export
Yeah.
code. Okay,
Uh-huh.
based on that code, nobody can stop you to do exports. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay.
only that's the primary necessary for doing export. You should be
So
registered with DGFT and get a IEC code. That's it.
okay, okay.
Okay.
So for getting that code, our company details, this incorporation and GST is sufficient.
Yes, incorporation details, then your taxation details, your PAN card,
That
and
only.
your most important is that your current account details. They
Yeah,
will
yeah.
ask. Okay, you can go
Okay.
to DGFT website, Director
Hmm.
General for Foreign Trade, and
Okay.
procedure is very easy. I think
Uh-huh.
by spending around 200 or 400 rupees, you will get IEC. That's too
Oh, very
online.
nice.
You need not
Very nice.
to do anything. Not much documentation is needed.
Okay, sir. I will go
Okay.
through it.
Yes.
It was very informative session, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ravi. Thank you.
Hmm.
Sir,
Anybody
one
else?
question, sir. Sir,
Yes,
one question. I
Anandji,
am
you are
Anand.
always welcome, sir.
Sir, I am Anand.
Yes.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, one question is actually this was a session which we were waiting for a long time. This is really fruitful and it was really worthy
Okay.
session. I can say this was the most worthy session ever Circuit have had for the startup which were aiming for export.
Thank you.
One question is all these things when you presented it was very simple, and
Okay.
once you present one page, when you go to the other page, actually it's not easy to remember all these things.
Okay.
So for the initial period, what I'm asking is, can we have an agent who
Okay.
will do all this job for us without fail? And should be careful about choosing an agent because the agents may be different and each agent may not be competitive. And do you suggest any agents? I mean, is it worthy to select an agent? And is there are any listed agents available for doing all this job for us?
No, Anandji, there are not any listed agents out in the market. You have to search them by yourselves. Otherwise, you just have to, if you are paying some charges, there are some websites who gives you some export data and customer details. Okay, in Europe, by you have to pay some charges to those websites and you will get the contacts of customers. Okay, but getting just details of customers is not enough, because customer will not entertain your mail. It's always better to find an agent who can directly approach to customer and who can represent his client, means you, in front of customer. That means it's not possible for everybody to visit customers physically. So agent with minimum fees, they will represent your products to customers and he can have a frequent visits to customers. So that initial stages I always prefer to have an agent. Okay, and the
Okay.
only, yes, and the only way to get an agent is your personal experience, or if you are having some friends in the same sector,
Okay.
you can get reference from them. That's it. Otherwise, you cannot find agent like any standard formats or any registered agents list like that.
Okay, sir. One more pertinent question. If I come across any such doubts while I am doing this, you are approachable or not?
Always, sir. Always.
I know that you are approachable, but just I am reassuring that. That's all. Thank you, sir. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
yes.
That's
Yes.
nice.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you. Yes.
हॅलो सर.
Yes. Yes.
सर प्रताप सिंह चव्हाण बोलतोय.
Yes. बोला बोला ना सर.
हा सर माझे एक 2-3 क्वेश्चन्स आहेत
हा.
की पहिली गोष्ट तर आपण ज्यावेळी एखादी कम्युनिटी एक्सपोर्ट करतो आणि पुढची फर्म आपला मटेरियल घ्यायला रेडी पण आहे, पण त्यावेळी जो आपण कोट केलेला रेट असेल किंवा त्यांच्याकडून ठरलेला रेट असेल तो रेट फिक्स असतो का की त्याच्यामध्ये काही फ्लक्च्युएशन होतात?
It depends on mutual understanding. Okay.
ओके.
So if customer is your good friend and the market prices for the product are going down, and if customer agrees to pay the same rate, then it will not be a issue. That's why I am emphasizing that your relationship with customer is the most important thing in exports. Okay.
Okay.
So both of you can support each other. Likewise, you can promise your customer that buddy, this time prices are going down, but you have to pay me according to our earlier price as we agreed. In future cases, if prices will go up, I will not raise the prices. I will supply you the goods with the same prices I quoted. Like that, mutual understanding and relationship should be built with customer and yourself. Okay, then only it's
हा
possible.
सर. आणि
Hello.
दुसरी गोष्ट सर, आपले डॉक्युमेंट्स जे तुम्ही दाखवले तर
हा.
त्याच्यामध्ये 5% आणि 10% असं फ्लक्च्युएशन काहीतरी मेन्शन केलेलं होतं.
Tolerance, because even if
हा
you
हा.
are quoting, because all export quantities are quoted in containers, because like for DTY, whatever
Okay.
documents I have shown, for polyester DTY, a 40-feet container will accommodate 24 tons. Okay. But
ओके सर.
due to some space lacuna or some packing defects or all those things, uh, though my pro forma invoice is quoting the quantity of 24 tons, I will not be able
Okay.
to accommodate 24 tons. I will be able to accommodate in container only 23.9 tons. So
हा
that difference of 100 kilos, that should be accommodated within that tolerance limit. That's why every time it's not
ओके.
possible to get accurate quality or accurate quantity to be accommodated in business. That's why there should be some tolerance limit. Okay.
हा सर.
Got
आणि
my point?
शेवटचा एक क्वेश्चन असा आहे सर
Yes.
की प्राइसच्या फ्लक्च्युएशनच्या बाबतीत एक पॉइंट मेन्शन केलेलं की पीआय आणि एससी साइन करून घ्यावं किंवा ते
Yes.
डॉक्युमेंट
Yes.
बनवून घ्यावं.
Yes. Yes.
तर ते नक्की काय आहे सर?
सपोज एक प्राइस तुम्ही कन्फर्म केली, इफ यू हॅव फिक्स सम, बोथ कस्टमर अँड सप्लायर आर ऍग्रीड टू बाय one product at a particular price. Okay.
Okay.
If that price is agreed, supplier means if you are a supplier, you will issue a pro forma invoice mentioning all the price, quantity, shipment date, then terms, payment terms, all the things will be mentioned on the pro forma invoice, including price. Okay.
Yes.
You shall sign and stamp it that all these terms are agreed by me. You should send that your copy to customer, get it. If customer agrees on all those points, he will also sign and stamp that pro forma invoice, so that
Okay.
both of the signs will ensure that all those terms mentioned on the pro forma are agreeable by both parties and they will not change. It is just like a guaranteed document that this price is fixed for a particular period. Even if in 10 days or 20
Okay.
days the prices will fluctuate, both will stick on to the same price as per mentioned on the pro forma. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you, sir. Thank you. No, sir. No.
Okay. So I will share this presentation with all of you with set of documents. Okay. and if you are having any more doubts, you can directly call me. Okay, so I will thank all of you for giving your precious time, and I will stop here. Okay.
So one more question.
Yes, Anandji. Yes, yes, yes.
Sir,
Sir,
one
your
more.
voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking. Anandji. Okay. Anybody else is having any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So I think Anandji has left. He's having network issues. So okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just a second. You can all of you can start your videos so I can take a screenshot of the screen. Vyomkesh, just a second. Okay. 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 Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.